What's up, guys? It's the director. We are back in Madden 19 today. Not to reminisce and not to have fun looking at old cards and stuff, but to get ourselves prepared for the NFL Combine promo that could be coming up very soon. Now, the NFL Combine takes place this week. I think officially it has started. I think the early stuff is more of them having meetings, with different teams so they can get their evaluations. But the real good stuff starts this weekend. And that means to me that we should probably be seeing the NFL Combine promo drop soon. But what's soon? Soon could definitely be like Monday, tomorrow. Soon could mean, the middle of the week. Soon could also mean maybe they start after the Combine has begun, and it could maybe wait until Friday or Saturday. But either way, it's coming very, very soon. And I wanted to get you guys prepared on what to expect, what we've seen in years past, who we can expect, and the kind of players you want to target when this is coming out. Now, we'll start with Madden 19, okay? Madden 19, the way it worked, we had a Combine Master, which was, Chris Johnson, one of the best 40 times ever. He was really nice, but you had to put all the 27 NFL Combine standouts to earn the 99, so he was very expensive. This year, if they do another running back, I don't know how expensive it would be because at this point in Madden, we already have so many good running backs, especially with like Ed Dickerson coming out this weekend. I don't know if many people would be super excited about that. So I don't know if we're going to get a Chris Johnson master. In years past, we got like masters like Patrick Peterson, which I think is a really nice candidate because he only has a 91 overall card from like week 2 or 3 on the Team of the Week promo. Yeah, I think it's time we get another Patrick Peterson card, which I do think is coming. Now, remember, this guy was a 99 overall, the Masters. We're going to start seeing a lot of the Master sets get into those 99 overall ranges, 98 overall ranges, because we are pretty much in the end game now. The end game has begun, in my opinion. So we know what the Master might look like. What will the other cards look like, and how many other cards will we get? Well, you take a look at the way these went out. And remember, these new sets came out after the store offers went away, so we'll ignore those for just a second. The 97 overall players. Now, the way it worked last year, and I don't know if I'm a big fan of alternate currency, but it was alternate currency last year in the form of scouts. NFL scouts. We were taking these human beings and smashing them into coins and tossing them to our Witcher for a 97 overall player, which is cool, whatever. But it could definitely still be like training this year, which I would hope it would be. I think that, 2, 3, 4 currencies is enough. And you would pull these players from the store and then add them to this set. There may have been an option to get like a full 97 as well with scouts, and maybe they added these sets afterwards too, so you could still get access to the 97s, but that's also a possibility this year. Now, the way that they kind of organized them last year was through the days in which we saw different positions. Now, if you look at the schedule this year, I think they start with quarterback. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it stays the same every year. Let me know in the comment section below. But last season, they started day 1 with halfback, offensive line, kicker, and punter. So on the first day, we got halfback, offensive line, kicker, and punter. And if you wanted one of these guys, you had to put all of those items you got from the store in a set, and then you would get randomly one of these players. So if you really wanted the offensive lineman, you may get stuck with the kicker or punter. So I have to imagine this set wasn't too popular. If you wanted the halfback, you may get stuck with the offensive lineman. I don't know. I hope they don't do it that way again this year. It would be really nice if you could just target who you want to target, kind of like what they have with the rest of the sets this year. The NFL Combine 2 is probably the most popular because it came with quarterback and wide receiver. Again, all 97 overalls. And then defensive line, linebacker, and cornerbacks, which I'm pretty sure cornerbacks, defensive backs are the last this season as well. So who can we expect in the NFL Combine promo this year? Well, that's kind of why we are back in Madden 19, because we pretty much have an idea of what to expect based on what we've gotten in the past. Madden kind of operates like a recycling bin. What has come before will most likely come again, and we'll see this content return in a newer form. But what are some names that could be expected, like some of the best NFL Combine performers ever? Because that's who's going to get the cards. The guys who got the best Combine performances ever most likely get the cards. It doesn't mean it's just those guys that had a decent Combine but not great, but do have a contract with EA as far as using their likeliness, still get cards in the game today. So we'll take a look, did a really quick Google search, and I found a whole bunch of candidates, some of the best of all time. And if they're on an NFL roster right now, or if they're part of a promo where they already have their rights, you can probably expect to see them in the game this year. Okay, so you see Myles Garrett right there. That's kind of a weird situation, because Myles Garrett Hasn't gotten an upgrade, I have to assume, because of the situation he got in with Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, in the middle of the season. And he ended up not playing the rest of the year. And they did the same thing with Kareem Hunt. He never got another card. As far as I know, the issue has been resolved already. So if he were to make a return into Madden, I think it would be with this promo. If all's been forgiven and water's under the bridge, Myles Garrett would get a new card now. They could definitely wait until Madden 21, just kind of sit in timeout for a little while until you learned your lesson and now you're back in the game. I don't know if I would do that. Again, I'm not going to tell you guys my opinion on the situation or whatever, but if he were to come back, it would probably be here. Montez Sweat is currently in the game. He's, again, also a candidate. A lot of guys are candidates, really, but I wanted to focus on guys like John Ross, who are pretty much like a shoo-in at this point. It's difficult to determine what's going to happen with Chris Johnson, because if he does get another master, again, I don't think it's going to happen because of how many running backs we have. But I do think it's possible he gets a card at least, because he hasn't gotten a card since like the NFL Blitz. John Ross, however, is the current record holder for the 40 time. I'm almost completely guaranteeing he gets a card. And he's going to be like the fast. He's going to have 99 speed stock. I'm almost going to guarantee it. And probably going to be somewhere around like a 96, 97. But we'll get into the overalls here in just a minute. Other guys, there's a couple of really interesting ones too that we'll get down to at the bottom. JJ Watt is a candidate for a new card. He still needs one. He's a 95 overall right now, I think. A lot of these guys who aren't in the game and aren't in the league anymore probably won't get one because EA doesn't have the rights currently. But Deion Sanders had a really killer combine. He's probably going to be saved for Ultimate Legends. The big one that I wanted to draw your attention to, other than Vernon Davis, who I think has a good chance as well, is going to be Bo Jackson. Now, Bo Jackson, again, I would most likely consider him to be an Ultimate Legends guy. I think he's going to get an Ultimate Legends car if I was putting money on it. But he could definitely be maybe the master for this promo as well. But like I said before, we have enough halfbacks. We need other positions. So it's just something to kind of keep an eye on. It's something that could definitely happen, but you never know. Another Google search kind of revealed some other names that are really good candidates. You got Chris Conley, John Ross, again, guys that come up a couple of different times. Definitely look for their names in the promo themselves. Myles Garrett again. Marcus Hunt could definitely get a card. Jamie Collins, Vic Beasley, Shaquem Griffin would be a really nasty card. He'd look really cool. His bench press last year was really, really impressive. Byron Jones only has a 91 right now, one of the top. Taylor Mays caught my attention as well. He just got a card. Probably the best user in the game right now. Imagine if, like, right after he got his 95, he got like a 97 or something. That would be crazy. End year card at that point. And then Deion Sanders and stuff again. So you kind of have an idea of some of the best ever to do it. I've looked at a couple of other lists as well, and those same names kind of consistently still came up. So maybe one of them's the master, but those are the best to ever do it. Now, if we look into a pattern of, Madden's in years past, this is what you can kind of expect. So this was last season. Let's go back to page number 1 here. Back to page number 1 of Madden 19. Again, there's a Chris Johnson, 99 overall. The biggest thing that actually caught my interest with this last season wasn't the fact that, they're 97s or what the cards even were. It was more of how many cards in total we got. It was pretty big. Like, this promo itself was pretty big. Look how many 97s, and this is only just the first page. Some of the names that we got: Adrian Amos, Marshawn Lattimore, Jadeveon Clowney seems to always get one. John Ross always gets one. Josh Allen needs an upgrade. Keanu Neal needs an upgrade. Justin Simmons needs an upgrade. But Patrick Peterson is the one that, if I were putting money down on this promo, I would say he's probably going to get one. If not, like, maybe even the master, because he's a highly touted, he's pretty good at selling packs, but he's also a really, really good player that doesn't have hasn't been upgraded in a very long time, since in the NFL season, the beginning of the NFL season, with a 91 overall. So I'm going to say Patrick Peterson's pretty much a lock-in. He needs an upgrade. Byron Jones, Telvin Smith isn't playing this year. I don't know what's going to happen with him. Vernon Davis is really good. Odell Beckham will probably most likely get a card. And then we go on to page 2. I'll have to go up and count all the 97s. I'm going to guess there's like 15 or 20 of them from last year, and that's a lot. And you guys can definitely take a look on the screen, who we had last year. I would suspect a lot of them, to be the same, just because the NFL Combine really follows the same formula. But what I wanted to make you guys aware of is there was a lot last year. I don't know if we'll see a lot this year. We could see maybe like 10 or 12 this year, just because of how many cards we got with Theme Builders 2. Theme Builders 2 was a massive promo. It put a ton of new 97s in the game. And because of that fact, the NFL Combine promo might suffer a little bit in the amount and in the quantity of cards that we get, just because it would be a lot of cards to throw at us all at the same time within a week's span. You know what I mean? The other thing to talk about is the overall. Now, funny enough, the overall has changed over the years. So last year we got a 98 overall master, which was Chris Johnson again, but it was 96 overall cards that were kind of the standard for all of the, higher tier items. And then it kind of dropped off a little bit, like it did last season with 92s, 90s, 91s and stuff like that. And then funny enough, even more, the year before that, it was 97s again. So if we follow the same pattern, we should see, 97 in 17, or 97 overalls in 17, 96s in 18, 97s again in 19. Maybe we do see 96s again this year. It's not because of the pattern, but just because in general, we've been one overall less than we have last year. They may have changed that formula because of Theme Builders 2. I thought the Theme Builders 2 might be 96s, but they ended up being 97s. So these could certainly be 97s again. And that would be kind of cool. We're raising the bar in the overalls. Some of these cards would be really desirable by a lot of people. I think Titans fans would love to see a Marcus Mariota, even though they already have, a really nice quarterback. I think Christian McCaffrey already has a nice card. You guys just have to take a look at these for yourselves, see which ones are going to get upgrades. I think Robert Griffin III, RG3 might get a card as well, but some really exciting stuff to expect. I think that's pretty much all I can do in order to prepare you guys for what's happening. I gave you guys a good look at which players are most likely going to get the cards, what the overalls are going to look like, what the sets could look like. But in recap, be prepared. And this is just me saying, it's not going to happen for sure, but this is what the past has told us. Be prepared just in case. We might get alternate currency again. I hope we don't. It was bigger last year than it was this year. We haven't seen it as consistently this year. But we might see alternate currency. So you guys that go out there and buy a crap ton of training right before a promo, maybe hold off. I'm not quite sure. The overalls could be 96s or 97s this year. I'm not quite sure of that either. If I were betting, I would say they're probably 97s, just because they raised the bar with the Theme Builders 2 again. And the other thing is maybe looking at guys that could get upgrades that still need upgrades right now. Not in a way to go buy their power-ups in order to invest in it, because that time has kind of come and gone. But guys who you want on your team, like a Patrick Peterson, he'll probably be really, really good, dudes. Maybe one of the best corners in the game right now. And so I would maybe at least go get their pieces in preparation for that, if that's who you want. Well, what do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comment section below. There's a lot of guys on this list that aren't listed as the best combines ever, as I'm sure you're aware. But if your guys' individual teams, or if there are players that you guys know for sure had a good combine, maybe not great, that could make it into this promo, let me know who that is in the comment section below, because it's exciting to see, that we can expand our knowledge a little bit to see who else is possible that me personally, I don't know. So let me know that in the comment section below. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you guys like me, if you think I'm a cool dude, you want to help the channel expand and grow, hit us up with a like and sub. The channel's been growing at a really good pace lately. I'm actually really happy with it, and I couldn't do it without you guys, and it means a lot, dudes. I'm excited to see what happens with this channel going into Madden 21. I'm raising the bar. I want to be here and help build a community of you guys that are very optimistic about the game. Be kind to your neighbor here on Madden Ultimate Team, because we find enough frustration in the game sometimes. It'd be nice to find a community where you can talk freely without the harassment of what you can find on head-to-head sometimes. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been the Director, and as always, stay frosty.
Last chance, fourth and long, finding the will to bolt up. Bundle up, cause we stay frosty. I take my frosty, chocolate, vanilla, or swirl. Mutt Master, YouTuber, come on, let's give it a whirl. Mutt Madden, Twitch streamer, put the snowman to shame. Staying frosty's the only way we stay alive in this game. They're reffing the match, directors directing the game. Scared of my underdog team, them gods will be slain. Stay frosty.